Hey, what up, y'all? Coach Vic, tapping back in, clocking back in. So I'll be doing a lot of videos as time progress along. I have nothing but time right now, but what I will try to do is upload at least a video a day, so that way you all have something that you can watch and break your notebooks out and take notes on, or whether you're in the car or whether you're cooking dinner or whether you're doing your laundry, folding your laundry in the shop, whatever. um, these videos are going to be various different lengths. So what I'll try to do is upload a video a day, so that way you all have something that you all can watch and take different lessons from and take different notes on. But of course, my channel centers around love and relationships. But there will be other things that I'll talk about that doesn't necessarily have to do anything with love or relationships, but it can correlate into that, depending on what it is. So, just keep that in mind. And, also listen, I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of editing and uh, things of that sort when it comes to these videos. So, what you see is what you get when it comes to this stuff. I may have like phone calls that come through. I may have, different things going on or that may pop up in the course of the video. So bear with me when it comes to those things, and just stick with the messaging. At the end of the day, um, like I said on my live stream, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this out the way now. But during the course of the government shutdown, I will be doing free coaching sessions. So email me at my Gmail, bookcoachvic@gmail.com. If you have my number, text me. Let me know you want a session, you want to talk, and I'll go ahead and set something up via Zoom or via a telephone call with you. Each of my sessions are an hour long, um, and typically my sessions centers around love and relationships. But if you want to talk about something else from that, then just let me know, and then I'll get all that set up accordingly. Now, what I want to talk to you all about this evening is, well, this is more so for the ladies, and you all should see it in the title of the video, but it's understanding a man's psychology. And this is very, very important to me personally, because unfortunately a lot of sisters, a lot of women do not understand our psychology. And that is because uh, just maybe not having a lot of good relationships with men in their family, men they can trust, men they can lean on and talk to and bounce different things off of, to where women are able to understand and pick up on our psychology. But the number one thing that I want women to know first and foremost about a man is that we are simple. We don't ask for a lot of things, um, and oftentimes what we ask for are the very basics in life. You know, there's exceptions to the rule when it comes to these things, but for the most part, uh, the very basics of what a man needs, he makes it known what that is. We really don't have a whole lot of things that we require to keep us happy. And that's because we're simple. We're not complicated. We're very black and white. Uh, because the way in which we are wired, the way in which we are created to be, there are so many other things that is at our at the center of our focus level, at the center of our brain, that we are focused on, that we are concentrating on, that are complicated, difficult, hard stuff that requires us to be our very best. And so, in terms of us coming home from work, being able to decompress, maybe have a moment to ourselves where we can collect our thoughts, sit in a quiet room. Maybe it's workout, maybe it's listening to music, maybe it's, playing video games, or simply, ladies, spending time with you. There are different things that we like to do once we get home to help us unwind, to help us recharge. That is
screensaver on.
Crucial and very important in us being able to maintain our focus level, maintain. See, this is what I be talking about. Let me turn this down real quick. But maintain our focus in terms of what it is that we are trying to get done and accomplish. So understand that we're simple, but then also understand that we are very direct. So, ladies, when we communicate with you, first of all, understand that for us to communicate, we either have to be that type of person where we are a communicator, but if we are communicating with you, we trust you. Number one, we trust that you will safeguard the information we give you. We trust that you will listen. And we also trust that you will not get in your feelings and judge us because of what we're saying. Because it's already hard enough for us to open up and be vulnerable. So if we are communicating with you, if we trust you, if we value you, if we love you, then we should be able to have a safe space to be ourselves, to talk openly, to have that safe space to communicate and not feel judged. But in the process of us communicating, we are very, very direct. So when we say something, it is what it is, in terms of, like, there is no beating around the bush. There is no cookie cutting. It's like, this is what it is. We're very black and white. We're very direct. And, again, that goes back to how we are. Like, we are very logical, sometimes unemotional people because of our nature. Like, our nature is to conquer the world. Our nature is to conquer everything, dominate everything. Our nature is to go to war and kill people. Like, that is within our biology. Like, that is within our makeup as a man. Like, we are created to go out, conquer things, take things over, build things, fix things, put things back together, take it apart, destroy. I mean, we are created to wreak havoc, but yet do what we need to do to spread our influence. And when it comes to that communication style in which we have, how we communicate isn't always the best in terms of the way in which we say things. It doesn't necessarily come off as being empathetic or being soft spoken, because that's not how we are. Uh, because we're about trying to get to the point. We're about trying to get to the answers. And so when we communicate to you, it is to get from A to B very quickly in a straight line. It's not, okay, we're going to go from A, we're going to take this zigzag, we're going to take this loop around the corner, we're going to come back towards A before we loop back around and finally get towards B. No, it's, we're going from A and we're going straight to B. There is no getting around that. And so that is how we are. And so, you know, it is, oftentimes, we are looked at as, piggy banks, and we're looked as a ATM. We're looked at as, sex symbols and all these different things. But a lot of guys won't say this, but we have emotions too. But the way in which we go about expressing our emotions and showing our emotions is completely different from you all. And it takes a certain caliber of woman for us to even begin to show any sort of inkling of emotion. And it takes some level of trust and respect. But your superpower, and this is why I wanted to talk about just understanding our psychology, because at the end of the day, we're very, very simple people as men. It doesn't take a lot to please us. It doesn't take a lot to make us happy. It doesn't take us a lot to give us what we need, fill us up with what we need in order for us to go out and do what it is we need to do. But your superpower, ladies, is you being you. It's not. It's not about the corporate accomplishments. It's not about how much money you have. It's not about what type of job you have. It's not about any of those things. Your superpower is you being you. You being our soft landing. You being a place of comfort. You being a shot of caffeine in our arm, in terms of supporting us, loving us, cheering us on, like just being our escape from the world, being the one person that we can really rely on and depend on, besides our mother, or besides our father, besides our parents, and if we have it, besides our boys that's in our corner. We need that feminine energy, because that is the secret sauce for us in terms of taking us to the next level. Yeah, we can build ourselves to be successful human beings based upon our work ethic, based upon our discipline, based upon our determination, based upon our willingness to get things done, based upon our resilience, our flexibility, our adaptability, all those things. We can build ourselves to be successful men, but we cannot get to that next level of success without your assistance, without you being by our side. And some some guys will say, oh man, Vic, nah, man, nah, we don't need them. We good. We can do it by ourselves. Nah, like, see, what we got to understand, and this is what the world don't want us to know. At the end of the day, we need y'all and y'all need us. We were created for a very specific job to do in this world. Women were created for a specific job to do in this world. But see, we've gotten off track. We've lost our way. What we are supposed to be doing for each other has gotten so lost in the sauce because of all of the different distractions, all the different movements, all of the different competing things that, when you think about it, really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Going back to basic math, some people believe in polygamy. I don't believe in polygamy based upon my personal beliefs. With God and Jesus Christ, I don't believe in that. I believe in being monogamous. I believe in one woman. I believe that dealing with one woman's emotions is enough, because one woman's emotions is 10 times as great as the emotions we have. That's enough for me. Getting to 3, 4, 5 different women, that's suicide, if you ask me. But we need each other, and we have to get back to understanding that. We have to get back to understanding that, you know what, 2 is better than 1. If I can individually create myself to be this successful person, that's great. But then if I can also find my person, find someone out there who matches my fly, shares the same values and things as me, yeah, understand you all are not going to agree on everything. You all are not going to see eye to eye on everything. But if you want each other, if you want it bad enough, if you want to make it work, if you want to see things progress and go way down the road, understand that it's not about just you. It's about the betterment of you all as a couple, as a whole. It's not about you having control. It's not about him having control. It's about y'all working together. How can y'all make this thing work? And if you all have watched my live stream, I talked about communication on my live stream. Communication is essential for a long-lasting relationship. It is the foundational piece, because without good communication, things will fall apart. Miscommunication is unfortunately very, very common in relationships, and it will occur. But don't forget what you all stand for. Don't forget what it's all about at the end of the day. What it's about at the end of the day is the both of you together. It is not about one having control of the other. It's not about one person getting their way all the time. It's not about one person dominating everything. It's about you all working together as a team to get things done. But ladies, I will also tell you this as well. if you have a man's man, and what I mean by a man that is taking care of his responsibilities and priorities, that is making time for you, that is consistent, that is treating you right, that is forward thinking, that is your sense of security, sense of stability, that is your confidant that you trust. If you have a man like that, understand that he is not your enemy. He is someone that wants to be in your presence, wants to be around you. Now, don't get it twisted. If he's not getting what he initially thought he was getting from you, yeah, he's going to pivot and you're going to lose him. But don't lose sight of what it's all about when you get past the honeymoon phase. Because the way in which we communicate, the way in which we go about doing things, the way in which we go about how we're wired as men, like at times we're going to challenge you. But when we challenge you, it's not to hurt you. It's not to take advantage of you. It's not to control you. But it is just simply because we are men. We like challenges. We like to conquer things. We like to feel needed and be needed by you. And we are going to push the envelope when it comes to you. And that's not to say that we're doing it to get a reaction out of you or anything like that. It's just like that is how we're wired. So so as you go through your days with your person, or when you eventually do meet your person and you're with this guy, yeah, everything is going to be great in the beginning because it's new, it's fresh, it's a new experience. But when that honeymoon phase wear off, now this is where you need to be paying attention in terms of understanding our psychology, because the way we move as men, we are very, very intentional. We are very, very calculated individuals. And so if our schedule is maxed out and we're busy, but yet we have the sense of awareness to still clear time to spend with you, to plan dates, to make the sacrifices to spend time with you. Like if we're doing all of those things and it's consistent and it is stacking day after day after day, week after week after week, month after month after month, year after year, then you're working with something. But don't ever put your feelings so much into what he may not be doing or what he may be lacking in, to the point where you lose sight of what's most important. And that's the reason why you all came together to begin with. We're going to give you the answers. Again, we're simple. We're not going to lead you astray. we are going to let you know what it is, how it is, accordingly. And that's going to look different from man to man. But we are not hard to read. We're going to give you what it is. But just remember that your emotions are way more dynamic than ours is. We already understand that. We already understand that. Which is why when it comes to certain things that you all do, we let it ride. We let you, we let you get it off. You know what I'm saying? We become that listening ear that you all want us to be, because we know that the ebbs and flows of your emotions is going to be low to high, high to low, in the middle. It's going to change frequently. But with him, typically his emotions is going to be very steady, very even keel. And that is because the way in which we are wired, we have to make decisions throughout our lives that can be a matter of life or death, that can be a matter of us hitting it big, losing it all, or that's going to cause us to have a setback or succeed. So the way in which we are wired, we have to be very focused in on our processes, very forward leaning in on how we do things. Because when it's time for you all to lean on us to make a decision that is a high pressure, high intensity decision we have to make, you all are going to look to us to make a sound decision that is going to be for the best interest of us as a couple at the end of the day. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with any man of yours. Understand his psychology. Understand that the psychology that he has, that he possesses, it's similar to other guys, but yet there are subtle differences. Watch what he does. Watch what he says. And take it all in. And that will help you to understand what type of man you have. Because I always go back to judge a person and actually, judging is, that's the argument that like people will have as far as whether we should be judging people or not. But look at them based upon their actions, not their words, because their actions it's not only going to tell you how they feel about themselves and how much they respect and value themselves, but also how much they respect and value you at the end of the day. So that's all I'm going to say on this video. Again, I am doing free coaching sessions during the government shutdown. So hit me up on my Gmail, bookcoachvic@gmail.com. If you want to talk about something outside of love and relationships, hit me up. I'll set it up accordingly. But just remember, ladies, we are very simple at the end of the day. Understand the type of man that you have. Understand his psychology. Dive into his head. Ask him questions just pertaining to life. Ask him questions pertaining to his fears or what he's concerned about or what he's focused on. And he will tell you. He will tell you if you all have that level of trust. But, just remember that in your relationships, he is going to piss you off. He's going to make you upset. But don't take it personal. It's simply because you have to remember you all are two different human beings. You all are two different people. And that you all have to find the common ground in terms of what works for you all to make it work the best possible way for you all as a couple. So that's it for this video. I'll see y'all later. Y'all be safe. Have a great evening. I'll talk to y'all later.